Okay, in today's training, we want to show you how to build a solid foundation for your business. We're going to show you how to prospect your way to wealth. The bottom line is if you don't have anybody to talk to about your business, you do not have a business. And so we're going to show you how to build an active candidate list. An active candidate list. Now, what is that list? Well, this list will consist of everyone you know, everyone you've ever known, everyone. Period, point blank, end of story. And so you want to bust out your cell phone, whether you have an iPhone or you're privileged to have an Android, right? Regardless of your preference, you want to go on that contacts list and you want to write down every name and number of the people that are in your contact list. Now, this is not to suggest you're going to have to call each and every one of them, but you do want to at least have them down on your list. You then want to go to Facebook. You want to go to Instagram. You want to go to all of your social media outlets, whether you're on YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, Meerkat, LinkedIn, and you want to build, build, build. You want to get those contacts, those names and numbers, and add them to your list. The name of the game is to build a successful list, a thriving list as quickly as possible. As a matter of fact, go ahead and head over to www.wealthwithjb.com/memory jogger, and you'll get a document that'll help you build a list and build a list quickly. We're looking to help you build a list of anywhere from 150 to 200 names and numbers within the next 48 hours. And so feel free to head on over there and get your document so you can start building your list. Next, we want to expand that list. This is not something that you do one time, one and you're done. This is actually something that you're going to continue to add to daily. The deal is this. It's not just who you know today, but also who you're going to meet in the near future. You want to continue to add the new connections you create as you share your business with others and you get referrals from others. A good rule of thumb is to have what we call a 2-a-day mindset, where you want to go ahead and add 2 new prospects to your list daily. This is not to suggest that the day you add them to the list is the day you prospect them about your business. You simply want to add them to your list. You're going to build relationships, and the relationship will actually let you know when will be a good time to prospect them about your opportunity. But 2 a day, you want to add to your list. Next, you want to raise your awareness. I promise you, there are opportunities to add to your list that you come across on a daily basis. Some you may not even recognize. Have you ever seen this sign? Right? Realtor Signs. Listen, these individuals are used to working for commission. They're advertising their services. Why not add them to your list? The added advantage they get by joining you in business is that they now position themselves to earn residual income. So why not add them to your list? Bandit signs or road signs. You see these everywhere, on the light poles, at the bus stations, on the corners, right? In the drive areas. These are individuals that are advertising their services. They have a name, they have a number. Why not add them to the list? This is a picture taken from a Starbucks. Now, your Starbucks may be the same in your local area, but typically they have these black cork boards, and you actually can leave your contact information, your business cards, the services that you render. Well, you can leave that on these cork boards. I'm not suggesting you leave yours, although it wouldn't be a bad idea, but you will need to go ahead and visit the cork board and get the business cards of the people that leave their information on there. Add those individuals to your list. And in some areas, you have these same types of boards at your local grocery store. So why not check those out and take the cards, the business cards, and the flyers of the individuals that are there? They're advertising their services and add them to your list. What about when you go into a restaurant and you have your waitress, your waiter? If they do a phenomenal job, it would only make sense to add them to your list. Unless they are working the business that they own, typically they're not looking to make a long term career out of being a waiter or waitress. Why not add them to your list? Get your service, they're friendly, you leave them a nice tip and add them to your list. What about when you go to the store and you get your shoes or your different clothing stores? Again, these professionals are used to working off of commission. I'm quite sure in most cases they will be open at least to taking a look at some other information. Add them to your list. Given that they do a good job and they do seem friendly and it would be someone that you may want to work with, add them to your list. And next, you want to think about networking on purpose. I repeat, you want to network on purpose. If you go to different sporting events, there are people there. Well, those people need to go on your list. Again, if you go to sporting events, the kids' football game, the basketball game, the baseball game, there are people at those events. Why not put them on your list? Remember, you don't have to prospect them at the game, but they should go on your list. You can search the internet for meetup.com. Now, at these different meetup groups, they're in your local areas, and these are pretty unique in that any type of um, subject that you're interested in, there's probably a meetup group for it. If you're looking for local realtors, if you're looking for um, singles, men, women, if you're looking for, I mean, they're just try it out, check it out, meetup.com. There's something for everyone on those groups. You want to find a group that you're interested in, and they actually meet up every so often throughout the month. Now, you can be in multiple groups, but the idea here is not to go to the meetup groups and to pitch them your opportunity. And it's one of the fastest ways to get kicked out of the groups. But you want to go to these meetup groups and you want to provide value. Say, for example, you're familiar with or you're already involved in the real estate industry. Well, if you have some expertise, it would only make sense to join a local meetup group for realtors or real estate investors. And when you go to these events, provide value. You want to go and give, provide more value than the average individual will. And you can use this as a way to build your list. You can start a hobby. If you're into basketball, if you're into softball, bowling, well, join these leagues, right? Enjoy the hobby that you like to enjoy and add those individuals that are there involved to your list. You can join a club where whether it's a car club or a social club, individuals are there, add them to your list. What about joining a gym, right? Joining a gym. Now, see, you're going to make some money, right? You're going to have some fun with us and you're going to be traveling the world right now. So it only makes sense to get your beach body game right. You want to get your beach body on. And so join the gym and those individuals are at the gym. You have other business professionals there. You have trainers and different individuals that work at the gym. Why not use it to your advantage? Add them to your list. You can participate in volunteer work. Now, this isn't for the sake of just pitching your opportunity. You want to go ahead on and find causes that you believe in. If one of the ideas or goals that you have set is to start your own cause, then it only makes sense to go to different volunteers or volunteer at different causes, and you can build that expertise as you'll build your contact base and you'll build your network in the process. You can go to different networking events. You have so many of these events that are available in your local area. Just search for networking events online and you'll find different mixers that take place after work, during the week, out or during the weekend. The great thing about these networking events is that you have a lot of business professionals, and almost 90% of those individuals that go to the events do not follow up. I repeat, almost 90% of individuals that attend the networking events do not follow up. And so you can use this to your advantage. When you go, the idea is not to talk about what you do, but to connect with other individuals in their respective fields to get their contact info and then follow up. You're adding to your list. Bottom line, you want to have some fun. Whatever it is you do in your leisure, have some fun. Enjoy it. If you like to go clubbing every now and then, if you like to go basket weaving, if you like to go horseback riding, kayaking, whatever you enjoy, have some fun. Have some fun. But the bottom line is you want to get out. Just get out of the house, right? Get in the world, live life. And while you're living your life, add to your list. And finally, the number one rule: never, ever prejudge. When you're prospecting, you want to add each individual to your list. You also want to give them the opportunity to say yes or no. It's not your job to make a decision for them. Remember, in our previous training, when you get to calling these individuals, all you're looking to do is collect a decision anyway. So let them decide for themselves if they're interested. I actually had a friend of mine that I put on my list years ago, and I put him on the list more so to get to his mom. You see, his mom was a multi millionaire. She actually, her and her sisters had opened up a chain of successful daycare centers here in Chicago. And I wanted to get to her, and I was too chicken. So I kind of put her on my chicken list, if you will. And by the time I raised the courage to approach her about the business, not only had she already signed into the business, she had recently signed into the business, and they were creating massive, massive success in the business as I knew they were going to do. Now, unfortunately, I didn't benefit from any of that success because I did not add her to the list. I added her son and I prejudged her. I felt as though, you know what? She was making too much money already. This will probably be beneath her. But the funny thing about individuals who make money is that they are usually interested in making more money. Now, fast forward a few years later, I actually had a coworker when I was in corporate America and I worked with. And he didn't seem like the type of individual that would do any good in this business. He didn't seem like the person that I would want to add to my list. However, I learned. I learned through my previous mistake, and I added him to the list. Well, as I thought he didn't do anything in the business at all. However, he did submit a list of about 50 referrals, 50 people when he did get started. And the 47th individual on that list came into my business and through that one individual produced over 6,000 distributors. Yeah, over 6,000 distributors came through one individual who actually was initially a referral of the person who I thought wasn't going to do anything. So what does that mean for you? Well, every dud knows a stud. The individual that you talk to about this business and introduce or even sign up into this business may not be the person, may not be the superstar, but they may possibly lead you to one, and that will never happen if you prejudge. So put everybody on the list. With that, see you on the next training.